What is up, everybody? My name is Justin Gaming, and welcome back to the second episode of Gaming at its Core. Today, I'm joined by four others: Online ZHD, Meal Kick Media, Blue
Yeah.
Danger, and the Starks.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Uh,
The infamous.
Okay. All right. So,
Okay. So let's do this.
okay. So, in this podcast, we're going to be going over 5 different topics for today. So first off, I want to quickly start by asking everybody what have they been playing in the past week. So if one of you guys want to go and tell me.
Jaden.
Allow me to answer that first,
Yeah,
please.
there you go.
I'd like to answer that first.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Predicted
Okay.
that.
I've been playing the best game ever, which is Uncharted for A Thief's End.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Nah, mate.
Just the
Hasn't played
multiplayer, right?
Uncharted once, so his opinion is invalid.
Right? Oh no. That start beginning. Okay, so you've been playing Uncharted 4.
Yep.
Anything else? Like anything personal, I guess you could talk about anything. Yeah.
No, just the multiplayer for Uncharted 4.
Well, I've been playing pretty much the same. I haven't been playing anything else. I played Disc Jam, which is actually pretty fun, but yeah, besides that, nothing else really.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin, wanna go?
For me, I've been playing a bit of Uncharted 4 multiplayer as well. And also I've been playing, basically I've mostly been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I've almost got the platinum by now. I'm like at 88%, I think, so I literally just have the collectibles left, and then I'm done. So yeah, almost. I'll probably finish that in the next week or so. But yeah, what do you guys? Dan?
Well, I'm gonna self-confess this right now. I played the most casual game out there called FIFA 17, but only because I only played 4 games. Oh yeah, I'll just qualify for FUT Champions. I haven't even played a single game of it this weekend.
What
So
do you mean
that
the
was pretty
weekend league?
pointless.
Do you mean
Yeah,
qualifying?
the weekend league.
Yeah, as hard as balls, that
Point-
man. I
pointless.
can't be bothered with that.
I haven't even bothered. So
No,
yeah,
don't blame you.
those 4 games are kind of useless. I played a bit of Uncharted 4 multiplayer, but
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the patch for it, and I've tried playing Battlefield 1 again, only because since I brought Titanfall 2 in the January sales, I've not touched Battlefield 1 since, because my thoughts on that game have kind of gone downhill since.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
tried playing it on, I think, Tuesday. So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to get like 1,000 hate mails now that I've said that, but I don't really care.
Didn't know your email?
I just don't... Probably not, but they'll probably find a way, the hackers these days.
Alright.
But yeah,
And
that's
Blue?
me for this week.
Well, I've been playing. You all know what I've been playing. I've been playing Zelda for about 65 hours in like the past
my
6
gosh.
days or
Damn.
something.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Gee, I'm not even. The weird thing is, I'm literally not a quarter of the way through. Like that's how much time I've been putting into every aspect of the game. Yeah, I've been playing Zelda all week. Amazing game. Not as good as people make it out to be. I've got to be honest. As a Zelda fan, it's not. It does not represent a 98 on Metacritic. It's largely subjective. I can see why people think that, but to me, I think there's just too many flaws that would bring the game down from a 10. Other than that, I've been playing quite a lot of retro games. I've been playing the original Mario Brothers, the original Super Metroid, Mario World, Mario 64, and Wild Arms on the PS1. Oh, and Mega Man 2.
Ooh,
So yeah, a lot of
Right.
retro
How
games.
does- Damn. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. So yeah, I guess we can move on into the next topic. So now we're going to talk a bit about the news of the week. So this is including things like the Shadow of War announcement, PlayStation now including PS4 games, Horizon Zero Dawn and Nintendo Switch sales, and also the announcement of Sonic Forces, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So we can start off
Yeah.
with Shadow of War. What are your guys' thoughts on Shadow
Yeah.
of War?
Well, this was like announced like a week or so, but we forgot to do this in the last podcast. And
Yeah. True.
well, I never really finished Shadow of Mordor, but I did play quite a bit of the game, and in fact, I'm going back to it. It came out during like the dead year of 2014, where there was like not
Yeah,
many really good
it was,
games.
like, it was like literally the only great game for me of 2014, to be perfectly
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, so I believe it got like a lot of Game of the Year awards, and this one's just looking to be a lot more bigger. I like how they're calling. Well, I didn't really like how they're calling it Shadow of War, of course, and I didn't really even really see why they would name such a generic name like that. But it seemed the gameplay makes sense, and well, the combat looks fun. It kind of looks easy compared to the first one, but maybe that was just for the demo, and just the new aspects of riding the dragon and just the whole making it through the different waves of enemies until the boss battle looks really cool. And yeah, ultimately it's coming out during a dead time of the year, usually for games like August. So it's going to be really interesting. That's why I like 2017 the most so far, because it's having a lot of games spread out throughout the year. And I think that's like when the most strong years come out is when, there's like a good spread of games, not just during the fall or anything. But yeah, I want to see more of the game. It looks really good. And yeah, anybody else?
Yeah, the timing of Shadow of War is like so good because it's coming out in August, like you said. It's coming out just after Crash, just after Sonic, and then it's coming in before Uncharted Lost Legacy, Red Dead, and big games of the year. It looks sick. I haven't played the first game, but I'm hyped for it. I think I'm gonna go back and play Shadow of Mordor before I get into it. I'm gonna go back and watch Lord of the Rings, so I have a context of the universe and the characters and motives and shit like that. But no, it looks really good. The graphics look really good, but they're not that much of an upgrade over the original game from what I've seen, at least. From a gameplay perspective, I think, like you said, Mountain Dragons just looks fucking amazing. So yeah, it just looks really good. I can't wait to play the first game, see what it's about, and then see what this one's like.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, I'd say the same. I mean, I played Shadow of Mordor, and yeah, for me, it was the best game that came out in 2014, which isn't really saying much because there wasn't really a whole lot of great
2014
games.
was so bad. It was so
There's Infamous, but it wasn't that good of a game.
Infamous, but I found that a bit disappointing. Like, I liked it at first, but then after replaying the first two games, it didn't hold up to me. But with Shadow of Mordor, I really enjoyed that, and with the Shadow of War gameplay, it just looks really good. I mean, sure, the graphically isn't that much of an upgrade, but then yet again, as he stated in the live stream for it, the gameplay reveal, it's not final build, so there's still maybe the chance it can get upgraded. And I'm just interested to see how they improve upon the Nemesis system, because I really enjoyed that about the first game. So I'm just interested to see how they improve from that. But yeah, definitely hyped for it. I haven't got my pre-order yet, but imagine I probably will do very soon.
All right. Well, for me, I've never really been too much of a Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit fan, because I know this game takes place in between, right? So, but I recently I watched the Hobbit, the trilogy. I think it was last year or 2 years back already. And I mean, I enjoyed those. They were enjoyable to watch, but I would never really was into the franchise that much. But after hearing the announcement of Shadow of War, I went back and watched the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think I just watched it back 2 weeks ago, I think, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was really good. And yeah, now I can say I am looking forward to Shadow of War. I'm probably gonna go back and play Shadow of Mordor sometime in the summer. I still have a lot of games to finish up, but if I get the time, I'll probably play Shadow of Mordor before Shadow of War comes out, because it is a continuation, right? It is. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, just to get familiar with the story and stuff, because I know it's it doesn't really have too much connections with the Lord of the Rings or.
No, I think it's just the universe, and it just takes place in the universe. But you want to have context to that universe. It's obviously going to have the same enemies. It's the same lore, shit like that. You want to get used to, so it's worth it.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, as you said, Shadow of Mordor was probably one of the best games that came out in 2014. So, I just never got around to playing it at the time, and I'm probably going to play it around sometime this summer, maybe after Crash or something like that. After Crash comes out, if there's a bit of time in between.
That'd be a perfect time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably try it around then. So yeah. Jaden, anything to say about this?
I'm pretty sure his mic isn't even on, or it wasn't.
No comment. No comment.
Okay, no comment.
I haven't played any of the games or watched any of the movies, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the trailer looked pretty cool. So yeah.
Such a letdown. You're such a letdown, Jay.
There was a Lord of the Rings game on the I think it was the PS2 or the original Xbox, and it was goddamn sick. I can't remember what one it was. I think it was the second one. I think they made a few. I remember playing the second one, the original Xbox, the actual Lord of the Rings movie tie-in game, and it actually was really good. Got nothing to do with Shadow of War, just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now we get to talk a bit about PlayStation Now, including PS4 games. So that means PC gamers will be able to play some PS4 exclusives.
I'm kind of mixed on this one. I was gonna make a video about it, but decided not to, at least yet, till we see more, I guess, of it. But I mean, to me, it's not really signifying anything like Xbox has been doing with PC. Although it is I've used PlayStation Now before on the PC. It's pretty good. It actually runs better than on the PS4. And just not like the native games. I mean, like running PlayStation Now the service. But I mean, it's not like you're fully getting these games like in the HD format and all that stuff.
exactly.
But it is pretty big considering people can possibly be playing like Uncharted 4 on the PC now. But as if I care, not really, because I guess more people get to play the games. I mean, it's cool. I mean, they're not going to be now. I guess a lot of these games are not going to be PS4 exclusives now, because the whole way I see it, like if it's like I don't like consider emulators anything that make it like non-exclusive anymore. To me, if like the actual people and the actual business that has published those games decides to be able to make it available on other platforms, that's when I think it's considered like not PS4 exclusive anymore. So I guess now it's going to be like PS4 and PS Now PC exclusive or something, I guess you could say. But I mean, I guess it's going to be seeing what games they put on there. But honestly, I just think it's kind of like, they spent $600 million, I think it was, on Gaikai services. And now it's like they need to get something out of it. So now it's just kind of like their final attempt to push the service. Because I'm considering it's not really used that much and they're probably at a loss by far. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, because like it's kind of the case of like, well, I've seen a lot of PC gamers in comment section on these videos saying like, oh, the PlayStation exclusives aren't exclusive anymore. They are. Yeah. Like the base game doesn't classify itself as available on PC. You have to have an extra service to be able to play it on that platform. So to me, that doesn't brand it as a PC game. That brands it as something you're emulating onto a PC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And plus, don't forget, PS Now is shit. It's entirely on your internet. So if your internet is bad, those games will run like crap. And it's not going to be the new PS4 games. It'll be like the older PlayStation exclusive games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like the launch games.
Yeah, what games they put on there. I'm kind of interested in that, but yeah.
I mean, they're not going to start with anything too big. Like, obviously, I don't think right now they're going to get anything like, Uncharted or Ratchet and Clank, anything like that. So they'll probably just start off with like maybe like Infamous Second Son, to be honest, or something.
Yeah, and the service in itself is just poor anyway, so it's not.
And you're still kind of playing it on a PS4. It's just like something. You're still kind of. It's not like you're downloading like what Xbox has to your PC hard drive or anything.
No.
It's considering like still playing on a PS4. I guess you could say it now that I think about it, but yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you guys have anything else to add?
I'm not really.
Oh gosh.
I'm not too bothered about it because I mean, I never really have been interested in PlayStation Now at all, to be honest with you. So this news kind of didn't really matter to me. But I mean, yeah, it's cool because it gives PC players the opportunity, to play PS4 exclusives. But in terms of like having all like freaking Xbox fanboys like saying, "Oh no, PlayStation has no exclusives," I'm like, well, you haven't had any exclusives since fucking 2013, so you can't really say anything. So I'm not really bothered, to be honest. It doesn't really bother me, considering I don't own a PC anyway, and I don't really. And your games aren't going to look graphically like as amazing as they would on a PS4, only because of the fact it is streaming. It's not as if it's the full game, like on a disc or on like a download. Yeah. So it's not going to look amazing anyway. But it's good that it gives them the opportunity to play the PS4 exclusives, I guess.
No, it's a good. I don't like this whole like fanboy war bullshit, because it's kind of like, well, you're trying to defend a company that you don't own. You're defending games that you never made. It's kind of like, I want more people to experience Uncharted. I want more people to experience The Last of Us or Halo or whatever they can, because they're amazing games, and it shouldn't just be like, exclusives drives competition between companies to outperform each other like Microsoft and Sony, but like it's not something that like I'm proud to say, oh, I own a PlayStation, oh, I own The Last of Us. Like, if I could have all the PC gamers playing The Last of Us, I would, because it's a masterpiece. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, this whole fanboy like wars is a load of bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Wait, before we go into the next topic, let's bring Jaden into this conversation. So if you guys want to talk about Colin Moriarty league, kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, me myself, I haven't really been following it too much. I mean, I've heard like basically the general, discussion about it, but I think Blue and Jaden have actually been talking about this a lot. So I would love to hear what you guys think about this.
Does Jaden even watch Kind of Funny or no?
No, I do not. I don't watch that.
I watch PS I Love You quite regularly.
I think I've watched like one episode or like one video of theirs, and that's pretty much it.
No, best podcast in the world, without doubt. Number one PlayStation podcast in the world, just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Blue, do you want to give your thoughts on
I think
Colin leaving? Kind of
Yeah,
funny.
well, I mean, I think it goes without saying a lot of people know about the Colin Moriarty situation by now, about the tweets, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this in one of my videos that I think, yeah, the joke he made was aimed at women on International Women's Day, but it was, as I've just said, a joke. It wasn't like an aimed attack that people are making it out to be. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, well, he didn't lose his job over the tweet. That's probably not the case. He didn't. There probably were other factors, but I think it's a bit coincidental that 2 days after he makes a tweet, which his friends don't back him up on, he leaves kind of funny. I think that's just, imagine if he didn't make that tweet, there is no doubt in my mind he would still be at kind of funny.
But was
yeah,
it also on the Urban Report or something? Like, I
Yeah,
know
he
he
was on
like politics, or oh my god, politics. There we go. More than actual gaming.
Oh
He
no.
favours politics over game, and he said he always will. But he's still passionate about games. But yeah, it's a bullshit situation. Because again, it's an example of why the internet and the gaming community these days is just like, to me,
Don't say it.
it's so laughable. It's just so. Everyone's sensitive.
Jane, would you like to add something?
Fuck feminism, James. Come on.
Jaden triggered. Jaden triggered.
Well, no, I was obviously in disagreement with his tweet. I think it was kind of stupid, but and I feel like a lot of I feel like it was an attack, despite it being a joke. I personally didn't like. If I was reading that tweet, I would not have thought it was a joke. I know that's pretty stupid to think it wouldn't have been, but like at the same time, I just think it was pretty stupid and ridiculous of him to even tweet that jokingly. You know what I
No,
mean?
but could you say like why you think it was an attack? Because if he would have said like, "Oh, peace and day,
well, like,
a day without a woman because I don't value women, they don't mean nothing to me. I'm a man, I'm superior." Yeah, okay, that's a bit like you know sexist, but the way you put it across, I don't think it was anything more than a joke.
well, I mean, obviously you think it was a joke, and I'm sure he did too. But like Robin said in his podcast as well, like he also thought it was pretty much an attack against people who have opposing views to what he had said about specifically in the tweet, of course, and I feel like that also, like you said, contributed to him leaving kind of funny. I think it kind of tarnished their reputation, which is why he decided to kind of leave. And good for him. I mean, he's he's a political guy, right? He's a little bit more into politics than he is than video games, and I respect him in that level because I'm pretty much political myself, I will say. But yeah, no, that's good for him. I guess he can pursue his political views. Although I'm not a conservative at all. He is, but yeah.
Did Robin say it was an attack though? I thought he just said it was.
Well, no, I feel like he kind of like I guess it was almost like a provoke, I guess, because like obviously people.
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
have
I
taken-
agree that I agree that was a joke clearly, and he wasn't trying to do anything. Well, that's the part where I think he was like kind of like I knew it was a joke, and he knows it was a joke too, but like the way he said it, like he knew he was gonna get some people mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah.
Like
in
he
the
knew he
same
was going to
way.
stir up some discussion about it. So
Yeah. But in
No,
the
Like,
same
even
way,
though it
it's
was
just
a
a
joke.
joke.
aimed as it was provocative. I think that's like
Yeah.
quite clear. But I mean, I don't think he expected to get the reaction that he did.
But he
Two,
did.
I didn't think he expected to get like his friends to not back him up with Greg making.
Right.
that
Yeah,
statement.
but then again, I think his tweet kind of, like I said, tarnished their reputation, which is why they didn't decide to back him up. Because a lot of people who have opposing, ideas regarding his tweet, obviously they wanted to keep their fan base. They didn't want anything tarnishing their brand, and I agree with them. I wouldn't want that
Yeah.
either. So
I think that kind of makes
like
sense.
I'm sure if Justin was to make a tweet regarding a joke like of that extent, I would not back him up with it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
That's so nice. That's so
No,
nice.
I'm being honest with you. Like, if I have a brand and I'm trying to, grow this audience of people, and a lot of people are upset by a tweet that Justin made, regardless if it was a joke or not, I'm not going to back him up with that.
Let's start with saying some of the tweets that he had posted, Jaden.
Like what?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, what my thing is, Boogie2988 made a video on the whole John Tron situation and the Colin Moriarty situation. And what he said, I thought was, I agree with that man 100%. We should be allowed to joke about, of course, context is important. There's a time and a place for everything. But
Yeah,
we should
that's
be
true.
allowed to joke about whatever we want
Yeah, I
without
agree.
that feeling of pissing everyone off. Because it's kind of like, sexism, racism, rape, murder, they're all really heavy themes. But think about it, mocking them themes is the only positivity that will ever come out of them. Nothing else about sexism or racism or anything is positive. So mocking it and joking about it is the only positive thing that will ever come out of them. And I think I stand with Colin, and like, it was provocative, but it was, again, only a joke. He's just mocking the day of feminism, and because he is a conservative, he agrees with leftist points of view, but like,
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with him in the fact that you should be allowed to joke about anything without always having like this feeling,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm gonna trigger everyone.
Right? Well, like, it's in the whole thing where everybody's getting offensive on everything nowadays. And, like, you need to have your opinion, and your opinion is right. And, yeah. And in return, like, the people that say that you shouldn't be offended by everything, they end up getting offended by those kind of people, and it kind of gets ironic by it. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So
Yeah.
I guess that's our discussion about Colin Moriarty and the whole, feminism and racism debate or whatever.
I expected a bit more.
Yeah, I know. I kind of expected
so
a
did
bit
I.
more, to be honest.
The shots come at me. Fuck's sake.
Come on, James, let loose.
All right. Anyways, I think we're gonna move on to the next topic. So this is, of course, regarding the Horizon Zero Dawn and Nintendo Switch sales. So, Horizon Zero Dawn was confirmed to have, I think, it was 2.6 million sales.
I don't know why. The game's not that great.
Okay. Wait. No.
The game's not that
No.
So wait.
Jane, how far are you in the game?
I can't.
Can you tell me what?
Shots fired.
Can you tell me?
I cannot judge the story for Horizon Zero Dawn because I haven't played throughout it yet. But I can judge the graphical component of it, and I think it's ridiculous. I have a younger brother. Listen, I have a younger brother right now who defends that game for his life. He loves Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay. He likes
Yeah,
it.
because it's a good game.
And I'm like, what are you doing? He even compared Horizon Zero Dawn to Uncharted 4. It's just, it has this.
I mean,
I
that's
don't know why people.
okay. Well, okay. Wait. I mean, it's
No.
okay. I don't think
Hashtag fanboy.
it reaches the same level of graphical quality as Uncharted 4,
Not
but I
even
think it's
close.
definitely.
No,
No, it's not that far off, to be
No,
honest.
it's
And
not.
you have to understand that it's also an
far off. I
open
feel
world
like
game.
The only thing that comes close would be the lighting, and even that is just too much for me. It's just too much.
Well,
And
but there are
like-
some parts that look really, really good.
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's true. I'm
Like,
sure
okay,
it's-
just take away like the character models, and everything else is really nice.
Yeah,
and
it's
also
just
think
garbage.
about the rain effects.
Wait, Justin, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Without the character models,
Uh-huh.
the graphical quality of Horizon Zero Dawn is really good. Because like if you're comparing it with something like Uncharted 4, then I still think Uncharted 4 is better graphically, but
Hands down.
well, okay, well, yeah, okay, but
I
like,
like how this was supposed to be about sales, and now we're just having like a graphical war.
yeah, okay, let me just talk about
Let's
this
just talk
quickly.
about Horizon first. I mean, from what I get, what Jaden's saying about the overuse of lighting effects, but what the graphical quality of Horizon isn't up to the standards of The Order or Uncharted, but just those
you have
two
to-
games exclusively. That's it. It is
Yeah,
better
okay,
than
but
any
you have
other
to-
game on this system with by far. But the thing is, The Order.
I think
Yeah,
Batman's
it's the best
better
graphical
too.
quality game, but overall Horizon offers so much more. It's got far better gameplay and story. Yes, visual
that's-
from the other are
Bigger environments too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
Again,
you
I
also have
can't-
to understand it's an open world game, so it's not like
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering it's an
I'll be
open world
given
game, the
credit for
graphics are
what
actually
it is.
really
I mean,
good.
don't forget, Uncharted is open linear, but it's still linear,
That's
and
true.
The Order is as confined as
I
you would
think
ever want.
I personally
Yeah.
think, however, I would prefer Horizon if it was open linear like Uncharted 4. And I'm just saying.
But then it's not an RPG anymore. And then
Because
you
like
can't
I
do
no,
it.
but like I don't like the
they would
whole
just have to
open
change
world
the
RPG
entire approach of
nonsense.
the whole game.
I really disagree with it. I
Just change the genre. It's all good.
Yeah. I think pretty much.
I don't know, but then
Wait,
if you're
can you
talking
tell me
about changing
why?
it,
Can you tell me why you would prefer it to be linear though? Because that would mean they would
I don't
have
know,
to
like,
change
personally-
the whole game.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
would
personally,
change the entire
open
approach.
world games do not appeal to me. As
Okay.
like, it has to be a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, and then
Okay.
I'll love it if it was
You
like
could shoot your
GTA
friends in
5.
the
Yeah.
back and kill them.
No, I'm not referring to the gameplay or anything. Like the gameplay is okay, I guess. Like I haven't played much of the game to judge that
Then play
specifically,
more.
but it's just the whole idea of it being so open world and this grand, it's a pretty big map, right? So like I
huge.
don't like it. There's so much ground to be covered, and I'm just not interested in playing that game or investing that much time into the game just to
Buy a
complete it or
fast travel
whatever.
pack. Buy a golden fast travel pack. It helps so much.
No. I don't want a fast travel pack. A game should not have a fast travel thing.
Well,
It should-
how do you
if it's open
expect to
world,
get?
like, just-
Okay, do you want to like run across 3,000 meters?
Like in the middle.
No.
Yeah, the mount's cool, too.
I don't want that. I'm sorry. It has,
Then
to,
what do
you-
it has to be
Don't use
natural
it. You
gameplay.
don't have
to me.
to.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, like I want it to be linear. I don't want it to be an open world. Experience. Like I don't agree with that at all.
No, but
I
take
don't
into
know.
consideration that Horizon isn't like the way The Witcher 3 is, where if you discover a fast travel point, you can go there at any point you want from any point in the map. Horizon limits your fast travel until you collect the resources to get that golden
Yes.
fast travel battler. You don't get that from the get-go, so it is encouraging you to explore.
To
That's
play.
why it's
Yeah,
an
that's
open
true.
game.
I
If
mean,
this
to
was
be
open
honest, I found
linear-
it pretty easily.
If this was
to
open
just
linear,
get
with
it.
the way the game, the world design is, that it's so expansive and it has so many, with the different ecosystems of robot creatures, that wouldn't work in an open linear game, because you would have to take into consideration that every interaction between these ecosystems would have to take place either in short sections or in cutscenes,
Yeah.
and that would completely break
Yeah,
the
that's
immersion.
true. But
All
We're
right.
talking
Okay.
about the sales.
Yeah, I think we're going a bit
Okay.
off topic. Let's just go back to the
Okay.
sales. But
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
2.6 million sales I think is really good, and it's well deserved, because to me at least, I think Horizon's a really good game. Hats off to Guerrilla Games, because just coming off of Killzone, working with Killzone
Yeah.
for like the past decade,
I can't
going
believe
to
they made it.
going over to a game that's like a completely different genre, open
Yeah.
world with RPG elements, third person now, of course.
Yeah.
I just think they did a really good job, and yeah, I'm excited for a sequel now. Obviously, well, we knew Horizon was going to be like built upon as a franchise.
Yeah. It'd be stupid if they didn't, because it's selling so well. It'd be stupid.
Yeah, it's selling so well,
Same with
right?
The
It's-
Last of Us, it would have been stupid if they didn't make a sequel to that game.
Yeah, exactly. And like also, I think I read it's like I think it was the highest selling new IP on the PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think it's well deserved, because it's better than The Order. Well, I think The Order was a good game. It's just that it was just so short.
Nah.
There was so many, but the thing is, there was so many objectively bad aspects about the Order. With Horizon, it's harder to pull out them aspects, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
from a gameplay perspective, it's a bloody masterpiece. From a graphical perspective, it's subjective. It's not as good as Uncharted and the Order, but it's still
Yeah.
phenomenal. From a environmental world building standpoint, it's amazing. The robot AI interacting with each other, with the human AI, the vast amount of side quests there is to do. It feels like a real living, breathing world, and I think that's so important with the amount of sterile open worlds that we seem to be getting lately, like Ghost Recon or fucking basically Ubisoft open world, except Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, I mean, I have so much respect for Guerrilla for going out of their way to be ambitious. Let's not forget, Killzone was also linear, and coming off the back of Killzone Shadowfall, which was
Yeah, I
largely
agree.
accepted as a mediocre game at best.
Yeah.
It's around, I don't know, it's a 70 something on Metacritic. I don't know, it's something around that.
think
So
it's like
for them to make a
71
jump
or
from a linear first person shooter to an open world third person 50-50 RPG, it's not entirely like a full-blown RPG like Fallout or The Witcher, but it is still got RPG elements to change up their like whole
Yeah.
like what they develop, what they make. It's such a big jump from Killzone to Horizon, and the fact that they executed it so well is just hats off to Guerrilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Once again, it's just I think it's well deserved. So just can't wait for a sequel.
I am
now.
planning to probably buy it the week I come back from a ski holiday, because I was originally going to actually get it this week, but then I thought to myself, well, it's going to be a bit of a stretch because I probably won't beat the story before I go on holiday, and I don't want to like get through it and then go on holiday. It's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I've got to.
No, you wanna save
I
it
want
as
to do it
well.
in one
Yeah, you've got
sitting.
to save
I want
it
to do
as-
it in one sitting.
I mean, to beat the story, you're gonna have to do like exploration and stuff too, with a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
of the side quests too. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I just want to play it because I mean, I enjoy Guerrilla Games as a studio. I wasn't too impressed with Shadowfall, and I just because I loved Killzone 2 and 3, I'm just interested to see hands on for myself.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn is like. I mean,
Well, to change genres
Yeah.
is a big step enough. The fact that they've done it well, and in my opinion, it's the best new IP this generation. It's close to a perfect game. It's not exactly a 10 out of 10, but it is fucking amazing.
I would give it like 8.5 to 9. I think.
Really?
it's
I
big,
got a 9.6. The only objective.
Damn, really?
bad things
I mean,
that I could say
thi-
at least with the human AI, the rigid facial animations, and.
I mean,
stealth
for you,
is
like
pretty
I
much
remember
shit.
you said you didn't have like a single pop-up or anything like that, right? But like
Yeah,
I did,
no,
I
that
actually
game
did.
was so polished on my whole playthrough. Not one glitch, not one pop in, and not a single frame rate drop. Not.
I mean, that's actually really surprising because like I actually had a few. I don't know.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
have
know
to-
about my whole side quest thing and how that one won't finish. But other than that, yeah, the game's good. I gave it like a low 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah, I guess I would give it like around a 9 then. I guess. I mean, I I just had like this one really funny instance where there was like a glitch where I got caught in the ground and the frame rate dropped literally to like 10 frames. but it only happened one time, so
Yeah. Not the
I
game
guess.
is rarely polished. Rarely polished.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, all right, okay. So I guess we can move on to Nintendo Switch sales. I actually don't know how much
God.
it sold, but did you guys read up
want-
on this? The Nintendo Switch?
Didn't it sell like
2.6
1.5?
million people buying a console for one game.
No,
Just
it's
think about
1.5.
that one game.
I mean, I heard recently that Nintendo's planning to double the amount of production
Yeah, they
because
are.
of the high
Yeah.
demand.
They better.
But like, I mean, I
better.
feel like right now the demand is high because it just came out. But later on, like,
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know. Because
Yeah, no.
honestly, then it's not like
Okay.
there's gonna be too many great games for the Nintendo Switch coming out until it's like Mario Odyssey coming out at the
Yeah,
end of
that's
the year.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there isn't. I mean, there's so many people are like, oh, Nintendo's back to the best. It's, I think it was the fastest selling Nintendo console of all time. Take into consideration the Wii U sold so well within its launch window and then just died, like dropped
Yeah.
dead. So they've got to then support this. They can't just like. When they said the Switch is going to have third-party support, they got up a list of the developers. They did the exact same thing with the Wii U, and that third-party support died after the first year. And I think it's a little bit shady that we're already starting to see, like, oh, they've got Ubisoft support, but it's only getting steep, or they've got EA support, but they're
It's
only
only
getting FIFA 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's just not enough there.
They need Overwatch on that console. I think.
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
do.
people
I'm
will buy
sorry, you think USA said about that. It does, yeah.
it. You don't think so?
No,
Nah,
but I think they really need like those big
Overrated.
releases.
It would be so cool. I love Overwatch.
I mean, the more games, the better, I guess. But it's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but like the
But
thing
it's like
is,
you
right?
don't release a console and like not have enough games for it. That's ridiculous. I don't
Okay,
know
but the
what
thing is, you have
Nintendo's
to,
doing.
like the Nintendo Switch is easily like less powerful than both the PS4
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Xbox
Yeah,
One, right? So it's
yeah.
not like I feel like only the Nintendo fanboys or something will like have it as their primary console.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
'cause most-
It's like if you're buying it, you're definitely not buying it.
yeah, exactly. So then I'm saying like even though if it does get the third party support, most people will probably just get it on their primary consoles anyways.
Well,
That's
the
true.
portability thing is a big factor
Well,
for
that's
certain
true, that's
indies
true.
and stuff.
True,
But
true.
yeah, I mean, to me, like when I get a Switch, it'll just be for pretty much their first party exclusives because like Zelda and Mario Odyssey and things like Mario Kart 8 and just Splatoon, those kind of
Yeah.
games. Even though those are kind of like the multiplayer games, I'm more interested in playing Zelda and Mario. But I mean, I'm really looking forward to using this thing as like an exclusive / indie device. Like Shovel Knight's on there. Never played on the PS4, and I probably won't buy it on the PS4 now that it's on the Switch, because that's like a perfect game to play. Like on, it's kind of like a Vita, but like, you know how the Vita got like a bunch of great indie games. It's like that, but like on a bigger screen with
Yeah.
Nintendo exclusives on the go. It just sounds cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And
It's
it's
like
that
1.5
game support,
million.
though, because at the minute there's no justification for buying it at launch. Because I mean,
Yeah.
launch, we have got to take into consideration all launch lineups basically are shit. But the thing is, the 3DS's launch lineup was abysmal. Even in the first year of that system's release, it was awful. Then we started seeing the big games, and it went on to be one of the highest selling handhelds of all time. And there's always new support with it. So I think Nintendo, this E3 and next in particular, they have got to come out with some big hitters. Like
Yeah,
we've already
they
got a new Xenoblade. We've already got a sequel to Splatoon, even though it's more of the same. A Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think they still need to release a new Mario Kart game. game because that game should not be full price. Mario Odyssey is coming. We've got Shovel Knight on the way. Sonic Mania is compatible, but they need to announce the big games, like, you know, Pokemon, Smash Brothers, all these games that will warrant buying the console. But they can't make these shitty business practices like they did with the Wii U, like copyrighting YouTube videos and like this online, this pay to play online. That was such a bad move. And the thing is, when you're paying, I mean, it's cheap. I think it's like £15 or something. But you're only getting an NES Classic for 30 days, and then they take it back off you and give you another
stupid,
one, which
That's
you're not
stupid.
allowed to
I don't
choose.
think they
That's
should do
bullshit. That is pure bullshit. And if you don't pay for that, you won't be able to play Mario Kart Online. You won't be able to play Splatoon. And that's so stupid. Like, I don't get why they didn't look at the poor reception PS Plus gets. Not so much Xbox Live, because that is actually doing really well. But if they would have looked at that and thought, okay, we're the only console platform to offer free online. Let's stick to that. We've got that going for us. But no, they took that away now. And it's like from a hardware standpoint, they just can't keep up with the PS4 and the Xbox One. And we saw with the Wii U, you can't sell a console just off exclusives. They've got to have a mix. You know, like
especially with PS4
Xbox
Pro
One
and
is selling
Xbox
like
Scorpio.
right, but it's got no exclusives. Whereas PS4 is that balance. That's why it's succeeding.
Yeah, maybe we just boycott Nintendo. Yeah.
Well, they are. I heard that the online's only going to be like what, like $1 to $2 per month or something like that.
It's like, I think, isn't it like $20 or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
whole
gonna be
year?
like $20
Around
a
there?
year or something like that.
I mean, but still, you
Oh,
know.
that's not bad actually.
Yeah, considering.
I know, but it's just like, you know, because they went from being the, once again, like Blue said, the only, you know, platform where you didn't have to pay for online, and now they're
Right.
switching
They
over
have
to
to
that.
definitely like.
Because
Yeah.
I remember seeing that at the live stream when they announced. Everyone in the chat was like going crazy. They're like, "Are you kidding me? Like, are you really doing this?"
Yeah, no, it's bullshit, because think about it. How many games do Nintendo offer that have online functionality?
Like what?
They
Like
just
like
Monster
I mean,
Kart,
yeah, I
Mario
guess
Kart,
I get what
Hunter.
you're saying.
That's it. 3 games.
Yeah.
You've got to announce another Monster Hunter, like a
Yeah.
fresh one, not a port, because Monster Hunter's amazing. And where's this, like Robin made in this video, I've said this for years, where is this console Pokemon game that's like an open world RPG? That is
Exactly.
such
That
a
would sell
big
so many
game.
units.
That would
That would
sell
be cool.
millions of units alone. Like, it's ridiculous. Some of the business
Crazy
decisions
how they don't
Nintendo makes is retarded.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, yeah, that's cool.
I think it's a
So-
good system for what it is right now. It definitely has a lot more like games announced.
Yeah, it's
Like
got
maybe
more
not third
potential
party
than
announced, but like more than anything like the PS4 had in the beginning or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
yeah,
at least
that's
you've
true.
already got like a really, really, hugely critically acclaimed game with it. Whereas with the PS4 and the Xbox One,
We
we
had
didn't
Knack.
really have that at all. Oh yeah, Knack. Oh, I can't forget Knack.
Knack was a
Hey, it's getting a sequel.
masterpiece.
Everybody wants to see Knack 2.
Knack
Admit
2,
it,
most
everyone. It's your
anticipated
favorite game. It's gonna be your favorite game.
Most anticipated game 2017. Easily.
Right.
No, but
Alright, yeah.
Switch has got like that one big game like Zelda, which is like obviously huge. But what else is there? It's not even like there's a middle ground. Like the PS4 at least had like a dozen or so like
Yeah, the third
games,
parties
like
need,
triple
like,
like
PS4
third party games. But the Switch just doesn't have that. It has literally one game, and that's abysmal.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So I think we should move on now. I think we should talk about. I think Blue, you were quite interested in this. The announcement of Sonic Forces.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes.
Wasn't it like
Yes,
Project
right.
Sonic before this? Now it's Sonic Forces. Right.
Okay, so basically, Sonic Mania got delayed. It was meant to go
Yeah, I
out in
heard about
spring,
that.
got delayed to the summer. I think if they time it right, it should come out July, because that's
Which
after
one?
Crash.
Which one is the? Wasn't there like one of them that's like a retro one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Sonic
Sonic Mania.
Mania.
That's Sonic Mania.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay,
about.
okay.
It got
Yeah,
delayed
okay.
from spring to the summer. If they release it right, the window mid-July. That is just like 2 or 3 weeks before Shadow War. That's about 2 or 3 weeks after Crash. So it's like
So it could compete against Crash then, right?
no,
maybe.
it will.
I mean, it's not
I
gonna
mean,
compete.
No.
in 2 weeks, everyone will have beat Crash, you know, and then they've got
Oh,
that
okay.
platformer hype. So then they'll be like, okay, I'll check out Sonic.
But are they like similar types of games? I don't know because I've never really played any of the
It's
Sonic
completely
games.
different. Crash is like a third-person platformer. Sonic's a completely 2D platformer. And Sonic Mania is like the retro style Sonic, but with new levels, slight 3D incorporation. Sonic Forces is a fully 3D Sonic game, but it looks like it's got better gameplay than the previous 3D Sonics, because the only good 3D Sonic in like the last decade has literally been Generations. Every other one, maybe Colors was okay. Every other one was shit. So it's got a lot of, but what we saw from the trailer, graphically it looks amazing. Gameplay, it looks like Sonic needs that momentum. It's all about momentum. If the momentum stops, the game is shit. That's why the last few 3D Sonics have failed, because it never has that emphasis on constant flowing momentum. You know what I mean? Whereas Forces seems like it has that, and then Mania is like a retro game, which looks just I'm so hyped for that.
Wait for Forces looks really good. The gameplay of it.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Definitely.
All right, that's cool. I mean, I haven't really played any of the Sonic games before, so I mean, yeah. I mean, I liked Sonic as a child though.
All right.
So
Yeah, the
I mean,
original Sonic
I'm
game.
interested.
Yeah, I've played one of the Sonic games on my Wii, which was probably, I think, the only Sonic game that I've ever really touched, to be honest with you.
Do you remember
It
which
was a
one?
pretty good game, though. No, but all I know is that there was, like, dinosaurs, and you had to you had to collect these rings and stuff, and, like, yeah, but it was pretty cool. I will admit, it was a really good Sonic game.
Yeah,
I think
I've played that. Yeah, I've played the original.
I think so. I think that's, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I've played the original 2 Sonics, I believe, because one of my friends actually has like a disc that has all of the really old Sega games on it, and on there is I think all of the 2D Sonic games up to I think.
Sega Mega Drive collection. It was
Yeah,
for the
Sega
PS2.
Mega Drive collection. Yeah, I forgot what it was called. I just said that, but yeah, I've played the first 2 games, and yeah, I do think they're quite enjoyable. I mean, I only played them like must have been 2 years ago, but I will admit they're pretty good, and I can probably imagine why there was so much hype back then for Sonic. But in terms of modern games, I haven't really played any of them because I know the majority of them are pretty shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't.
Modern day Sonic games are shit, apart from colours. But the original Sonic games, 1's great, 2's better.
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles, which is the third one, is easily the best. It's such a good game. But Sonic Mania looks like it's going to combine the best of the 3 and add in a few elements of Generations, which is the best 3D Sonic.
So Sonic Mania, like a new 2D Sonic game?
Yeah, it's like a new. If you haven't seen the trailer, the pixel art is gorgeous.
It
It
looks
is.
really good.
Oh, it looks so nice. It's like a combination of like Sonic Generations and the original games, which are the 2 best and critically acclaimed. Fucking
Okay.
hype.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
Sonic then.
Yeah.
So now we can move on to a bit of Uncharted multiplayer updates. We can quickly talk about
Ooh.
this. I mean,
Yes, please.
there's really not too much to talk about. I just
You
think
mean
that.
the dead multiplayer? That dead
No,
multiplayer.
no.
I mean,
I'm in Valentine.
okay, so like for me, Uncharted multiplayer, like I have been playing it still. Like every once in a while, I do go back and play it once in a while. But it's just that these things that Naughty Dog, like they're not doing. Like I don't know why. It's like the multiplayer. Let's be honest, is pretty dead. So I feel like why not just add more. Like it's
Yeah.
really not that hard to make a game mode, so I don't understand if you're gonna add King of the Hill, just add the classic mode as well. Like why do you have to take it out?
It's
Just
so-
And then like
free
if
for all.
they're gonna
No,
add it
they-
again, they're gonna add it again in
um,
beta probably.
I
So
spoke
like
to Robert.
why?
I spoke to Robert, right? You're, while
Oh,
I
you mean
was
the guy who
streaming-
wants mysticals in classic mode? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, no, he discussed
It's a
about
troll,
that.
but
They're experimenting with classic mode, and they actually were supposed to have a new
I don't
map
understand
called
why though. Why do
Treasury.
you need to do that?
No, because there were no, because plus, you know, the glitch that just happened. He said it's a bug, so they have to fix that bug in order for
Okay,
it
but
to be a
like
good game mode. And,
the first time they brought classic mode in, the very first time they did it, it was already perfect like that.
Yeah,
There was nothing
arguably.
wrong with it. So I don't understand why they had to take it out for like 3
Arguably.
months and then put it back in.
Arguably, oh my god.
arguably.
And like it's a mode that we've already seen before in 2 other Uncharted games that have worked perfectly well.
That's
So
true.
I don't understand why
I-
you need
I-
to keep experimenting
I have
with
to
it.
say something. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they do have like this one like update that's coming up that they're really excited to announce and
I mean,
release.
it's probably going to be the
because,
last one, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they have one more plan for the for that map, that roadmap thing that they're going to be doing for the multiplayer for Uncharted 4. Plus,
I
the
think
map
They're gonna have some
ridiculous.
surprises, right? I mean,
yeah, that too. And the map is coming soon. Like I said, it's called Treasury for any of you guys who didn't know. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
I want some.
That's the only game I play.
The
to be
game
honest
needs
with
like
you,
4 more maps and like
yeah,
free for all
it
in
does.
classic.
I just don't understand why they can't have
No,
more
it doesn't
game
mean free
modes.
for all. What it needs is the lab.
Yes, it
That's what
does,
needs.
Jaden.
It needs the lab.
No, I
It needs
understand.
the lab.
I think, I mean, okay, there's no harm in adding a free-for-all
Yeah,
mode.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, Uncharted 4's multiplayer, whatever way you want to look at it, every last bit of effort and development time was put into that single player. That multiplayer was just to please hardcore fans who will play it. I think that's clear, but that's like every Uncharted multiplayer.
Jaden.
But the thing is, but the thing is, right, 3 game modes on launch, 2, pretty much all of them were fucking identical, except for one was Capture the Flag, which is Team Deathmatch with flags. Like, I don't get how hard it is to add in game modes. There's 3.
That's the
It's
thing.
really not.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
On the PS3,
But they
on
had double the
Uncharted
time.
3 launch, they had like co-op arena, co-op adventure.
Well, that's
they had like so many 3-team deathmatch.
that's
No, but Uncharted 3 was focused on had a lot of focus on the multiplayer.
It
But
did,
it
Uncharted
did.
2 had so much more modes than this.
Okay,
and
but
that was
yeah,
the-
but
that's-
Uncharted 3, they had less people working on it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact with
Well-
Uncharted 4, they had double the amount of development time to be able to spend
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
multiplayer.
I know,
to make it
remember-
better.
Like, just the post-launch content with Uncharted 3 was amazing. And people
Yeah.
are saying like the reason we're not going to get post-launch content is because The Last of Us Part 2. But
Yeah.
didn't Uncharted 3 come out like at the end of 2011, and only
Yeah.
like a year and a half later they had The Last of Us,
Yeah.
which means like,
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
true.
like, they're
That
using
is
that
very
schedule.
true.
Like, come on, Last of Us won't be. Like,
But as
here
we
for
know,
at least another
as we
2
know, a
years
lot of
and
people
year and a
have
half.
left Naughty Dog, right?
What do you
In terms
mean?
of the-
No, but they get tons of
like
new
one
people
story-
too all the time.
Like the story team, I guess. If you like the
No,
single
but
player.
it's I get the impression that Robert Cogburn is just tweeting random shit out and not reading the comments. It's like he's tweeting out who wants classic modes and then tweeting out like 2 days later who wants fucking mysticals. No one
Well,
commented
that's
that.
it's a
No-
joke.
Not one person would have said I want mysticals because no one does. It's already a game mode. You're just copying the old game mode. It shouldn't be hard to
yeah,
add
exactly.
in
Out of the
just
two.
random shit.
Out of the two, I'd rather have Mysticals over Sidekicks in classic mode. To be
Okay,
honest
well-
with you.
No,
I'm just saying.
we just
But
don't.
I'm just
No,
saying,
but it just
if-
takes
if
away
they
the whole
were to
point of
add
classic
one of them,
mode.
I would rather have Mysticals over
Okay, well,
Sidekicks because
just
I
don't add
can't
any of them,
stand.
to be
No, but
honest.
that's
Well, they aren't going to, because
Sorry.
unless they're retarded,
Well-
they'll do the smart thing and don't add either of them in.
no, but the thing is,
Yeah, or they
classic
don't add
mode-
the mode at all. And
Classic
bring the
mode
lab
is
back.
team deathmatch, right? Without mysticals or psychics or any of
Yeah.
that crap. So if they add in mysticals and that's just
Yeah.
the same
It's just
exact
team deathmatch.
mode.
They're not adding mysticals though. That's the thing.
No,
It's
but
been a
that's
joke.
okay. No, but the problem is that's the problem with Uncharted 4 multiplayer the entire time is because all these game modes are essentially like the same thing, basic. Well, they have like
Right.
slight differences,
Yeah.
but like
It's
they.
like, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I wish they could have like as Dan said earlier, like why not add a free for all mode, like a different type of mode for
Yeah.
people that like want to
Yeah,
play
wanna
different
play
type
by
of game.
themselves.
No,
Because
no,
that's
no.
the thing.
no,
Because all
it's
these
just
game
because
modes
game
right now are
shit
all
on
team
Sony.
based.
Because Jaden
I
doesn't
want the
want.
lab.
Dude, why?
The lab. I
Oh,
Say the
would- No, I
lag.
feel like let's
The lag.
No, I feel like
That was the perfect time to lag as well. So,
I think the lab would be cool. Having weekly updates to the lab would be an amazing game mode. You have
Yeah, but
the
they would
block
be making like how
They're
many
not gonna
maps
do
do they
that.
have and they can't
They have-
remaster a bunch of maps.
In their Uncharted TV thing, they had like a show of
Uncharted
New
TV is
Devon and
dead,
how they
fam.
created it, and then they actually showed like the block mesh
Yeah, yeah.
structure of New Devon. I was like, oh, is that a hint? Is that are
Well, that's how they make
hinting
maps.
to the lab? Well, no,
Yeah.
I know that. I do know that, but I'm just saying. I'm joking
Yeah.
as I said.
Well, I don't mind a lab, but we need like classic and free for all at least.
yeah. I mean, where's all these game modes that everyone liked in Uncharted 3? Where's Triple Team Deathmatch, Plunder, fucking co-op
Co-op Plunder.
adventure, free for all?
Yeah, co-op adventure.
Fucking block mesh maps,
They're
lab
not
maps,
gonna
all
add
this
that.
crap.
They're not
Where
gonna
is
add
it?
that.
Like, I don't get the difficult. You're putting game modes in beta that people want and then taking it away from them. Just add the game mode, see the reception of it. If it doesn't pan out well, which it will pan out well if you read the comments. It makes no. It's seriously. It's like the multiplayer team is ran by retards because no one is making logical decisions. Everyone wants more content in their multiplayer games. We are now nearly 12 months after the
Yeah,
launch
that's
of
true.
Uncharted
Yep,
4.
that's true. Mhm.
Barely anything has been added at all. Like anything. You have co-op. But
I know.
co-op is just
I
bullet
think-
sponge boss battles. Where's the co-op adventure?
Yeah, I don't like
where's the
co-op
10
at
round
all.
survival? Where's
I think
lava?
they're just-
Where's this stuff? It's not
Co-op
hard.
is bad.
They're adding things that
Personally,
people
no.
don't even really
Yeah,
need. They're adding like guns and vanity items.
Yeah,
it's
it's,
just
it
like,
needs to be maps and it needs
why?
to be game mode. That's the two things
Why?
we need.
Like,
It needs
okay,
content
they
that's gonna make it
they
work,
added
right?
Savage Starlight skins. Like, who asked for that?
That's
Are you
what- that's
kidding
the thing,
me?
though. It's so it's in
Random. They went out of the way to do.
Like, what are you
microtransactions
doing?
in themselves are insulting. When people are asking for content and what you add is microtransactions, that is insulting
It's like
to
a
your
slap to
player
the face
base.
for you to play.
So
aspect.
basically, this new multiplayer update that just happened, it was supposed to be a big update. They just added Savage Starlight skins and
Yeah.
Star Wars weapons.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new map coming, and there's like really the only thing that actually made it was just King of the Hill. And while I do like the changes, that
Okay,
they
but
made
King
to
of the
it,
Hill
that's,
wasn't
like, the
King of
one
the Hill
thing.
already in beta
Yeah,
before.
they made changes to it, and it's actually
They
pretty
had-
good. But besides that, really, it's a
had
lot of vanity and stuff.
They
swear to
had
God, you can make a game mode in like
which is
a
why
few
it
hours
isn't-
and add it into the game.
I swear the
understand
only
what's
thing that
saying,
Uncharted 4 does
There
better than
will
the
be
previous multiplayers is just the
tweets.
vanity and the taunts. Like the
Okay,
more
but honestly, who cares about that?
exactly, that's the thing.
But I will always defend Naughty Dog for their decisions, despite.
But why? No, but think
What?
about it. It's
Because
why? Wait,
because
what?
I do like Naughty Dog,
You
and
can't
you know I am
defend
an aspiring.
Okay, but dude,
aspiring
okay,
game
okay,
developer
yeah,
myself.
obviously,
And I will
obviously.
admit that they have made some.
Dude, you're
really good
brainwashed, I swear.
Fanboy.
Jane's just a Naughty Dog fanboy.
Fanboy.
well,
Fanboy.
there's nothing
Look.
wrong with that. I'm
Look.
proud of my.
Can't afford a good
That
microphone,
makes sense.
people. This is the sound of a Naughty Dog fanboy right here.
Alright, anyways, I think we've been talking about this for a while now. so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we can move. Okay, fourth topic now. So this is one that I actually found pretty interesting, and it's the fact that Emma Stone could possibly be joining the cast of Death Stranding, which I found quite interesting because I think people are talking about it. Basically, the rumor has been going on for a while now, and it basically all started with Hideo Kojima actually mentioning it, how he was like a big fan of her or something like that. And then also he posted on his Twitter account about, I think it was like a female mannequin wearing the Lionsgate beanie or something, and basically that's the company that I think produces her newest movie, I think, right?
La La
It was like
Land,
La La
yeah.
Land, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, do you guys have any thoughts about this? I mean, Death Stranding is easily one of my most anticipated games.
Yeah.
They seem to
Yeah.
be like getting, you know, big names into their movies with Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, of course, and
Walking Dead.
It's,
for
it's
the
an
win.
open world action game. Did you know that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
that's
which
interesting.
is
I mean,
pretty
when I
cool.
saw the reveal
That's
trailer, I
very
thought it would be a
As
linear
long as it's
game.
not like Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm okay with it.
Oh my
Okay.
god, Jaden.
Well, it's not, no, it's not so much that. It's so much what
Kidding, I'm kidding.
What'll be interesting is what open world games they choose to take inspiration of, whether it'll be like Metal Gear Solid 5, whether it'll be like Horizon, The Witcher, Watch Dogs 2. It's all down to what they want to take inspiration
Yeah,
of.
I mean, I heard them saying like it would have like online components too, kind of like the Division. So, I mean, it gets me kind of. It's kind of weird because like just by judging from the two,
That doesn't
you know,
seem like I'm online.
two
Yeah, it doesn't
trailers,
seem like
right?
something that
Yeah,
fits
it
in.
doesn't. Yeah.
It seems like it would. It seems like it would just be like a linear game, judging from just those two trailers we've seen.
But then again, looks can be deceiving, right?
We've got to see a gameplay trailer, and I think that'll come out either E3 or Gamescom
It
this
better.
year.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
better.
like
I'm
I
really
think
excited
we're
for
just
this
gonna be
game.
seeing like new footage every 6 months or so, like at
it
E3
seems
and
like, yeah,
PSX
PSX,
or something.
like around the December time when he announced
Yeah.
Kojima Productions, and 6 months later he did the trailer, and then 6 months later at the Game Awards. Yeah.
Yeah, until it comes out.
But Justin, referring back to what you said, yeah, Emma Stone's a pretty good actress. So
Yeah.
I said actor. Yeah, okay. She's a good actress, so it would be pretty cool if she's in the game. Also, did you hear about the idea that the guy who plays, I guess, what we view as the antagonist, Mads,
Mads
right?
Mikkelsen.
Yeah, him, that guy. Yeah, him. So
Mm-hmm.
apparently he doesn't view his character as an antagonist.
Yeah, I heard about that. I
Yeah,
think
you
it's
heard
like.
about that, eh? Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I mean,
I'm just
usually, would you really, like, if you're the character? Okay, I don't even know what I'm saying now.
Well-
But like, would the antagonist really see themselves as doing something wrong?
Well,
I think what he means by that is it might be similar to the role that his character played in Casino Royale. Because I don't know if you've watched that film, but this character of
No.
Lashif in that film,
I haven't,
even though he's
so.
an antagonist, you also understand why he does what he does because he's
Yeah.
not the main
Right.
villain of the film. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering
almost
whether
like,
it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost like Negan, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can clearly justify his actions, right?
Well, no, but I feel like okay, just no. But like, you got to put in perspective that Rick did kill a lot of his men.
That's
and
true.
then,
That is
yeah,
true.
You know, so
That is true. He kind of left them off easy by just killing two when they killed like a whole den.
yeah, that's true. Anyways,
Still doesn't justify The Walking Dead season 7 and its slow pace.
Oh.
Right. I mean, I do like how they're okay to get off topic. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
it is very off topic, but I disagree.
Very.
I think it's very balanced the recent seasons, and I can't wait for the 8th season? Yeah, the 8th season. So.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for Death Stranding, and I can't wait to see more.
Yeah, I just really want to see more, and if Emma Stone's gonna be in it, I guess, like, not to read into it too much, but I mean, it definitely seems like it's a possibility.
Well, we all know how
yeah,
good
exactly.
the Kojima game builds up from the ground up with Kojima 100% in production, 100% comfortable with what he's doing.
I don't play
It's
his
interesting to see. I think we all know the game's going to be amazing, regardless what happens. It's Kojima.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
full control over what he's doing. He knows what he's
I mean,
doing.
he's not being rushed this time to do it. So.
Yeah, I just hope it's not another episode of Metal Gear Solid 5 with like a big open world, but with big gameplay, but with less to do. And the story takes a hit. I just hope the story is of a quality of like Metal Gear Solid 3 Peace Walker or Metal Gear Solid 4. Something like that, just not Metal Gear Solid 5. I wouldn't mind if it's open world, I don't mind that. But I just hope the stories are of a good quality, like Horizon was or The Witcher was.
Or like
I mean, I think the
Uncharted
story's
4.
going to be like, it looks like it's going to be really complex, right? Because from just judging from everything we've seen so far, even though
No
it
one
hasn't
reads
been
us having a
much,
baby. It's a bit of
no one even knows what's happening. Like, I don't know what's going on, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, okay.
I'm interested to see with the cast just because of the fact that they're going with all these, very big TV and film actors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me quite a lot of what Remedy did with Quantum Break when they had
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Sean Atmore.
and Aidan
Yeah.
Gillian.
And
And,
what was his name?
Dominic Cooper.
Dominic Monaghan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominic Monaghan, I think. And
Yeah,
but
that
the
was
thing
really
is,
cool.
I actually, even though you can have your opinions on that game, you can say whether it was mediocre, whether it was shit, whether it was good. I thought that the voice acting by them, predominantly in film and TV, was actually really good. So after playing that, it has me more intrigued as to how good they've got Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, and potentially Emma Stone.
It's got a
will
good
be in Death
diversity in
Stranding.
cast.
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm so sorry if anybody hears background noise because like my sister's blasting music in the other room. But
No, I can't hear
I
anything.
mean, I can't hear anything, actually.
Bring her in here, boy. The tune.
Yeah. I mean, anyways, just going back to the Emma Stone topic.
Emma Stone,
Like, yeah,
Emma
she
Stone, Emma
is
Stone.
like, I think she's a good actress, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she did win. I think she won like quite some awards, right?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
La La Land.
yeah.
I mean, I only really know her from Spider-Man. So,
Oh right, she's in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think she
I
did.
think she
great.
was in
I
a
think she did fine.
in a slave movie or something like that as well. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But so yeah, I don't know. Death Stranding, easily one of my most anticipated games in the next few years. So I just think that by adding these like a more diverse cast, as you said, with like famous actors and actresses, would just like work well,
Right. Yeah.
especially with Kojima, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's move on. So now we're going into our fifth and final topic, and this
Awesome.
is the early Mass Effect Andromeda.
Down
There's
syndrome.
been quite some mixed opinions about
I
it.
have no comment because
The beginning of the end for
I
Mass Effect
haven't been
Andromeda.
following this game at all, so I have no comment regarding whatever news that's been put in place for this game.
Yeah.
Uncharted
Okay.
4 Horizon.
I mean, I think it's
to see
kind of.
how bad it is.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a video of people comparing like the face. I don't know what happens there. I'm pretty sure that's that game, and their face looks
Yeah.
terrible. The
Face
face
animations
was-
are
geez, I don't know what that is. That's not a video game. You can't release if it like I don't know what developers are doing nowadays. They're making
They're
these
Canadian,
terrible
Jane.
decisions.
Jane, they're
Oh, they
Canadian.
are? Oh, never mind. Never mind. They're the best developers in the world. You get what I just said? Yeah.
Yeah, I searched them up. They're like, oh, they're Canadian. I'm like, oh shit.
That's
That's right, the
embarrassing.
Canadian way, always cutting corners, right, Jaden?
Shots fired.
No, but thinking Mass Effect, I think people are. I mean, I made a video on it, but I did say in that video the facial animations and the voice acting, from what we've seen, is awful. It is awful, but the
don't know what you're on
game, the
about.
rest of the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. The rest of the game is like, I know everybody's talking about the animations, but like, I just want to know about the whole game as a whole.
Exactly. I think it's Mass Effect. I think we all know the story is going to be great. I think the world looks great. They've took an approach to the world building that I deeply respect. They've got hundreds of planets, but there's a dozen or so you can land on, which is better because those worlds are going to be more deep, expansive, more detailed than what like the No Man's Sky approach was. I think the rest of the game looks amazing.
No
I
Man's
think
Sky
the
was
diversity in the gameplay looks so much more improved from previous Mass Effect games. It's just I hope the rest of the game has better voice acting because that voice acting is dire.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, if you're going to be spending like 100+ hours with these characters, you want to get attached to them. And if I've got some retards spouting lines like my face is tired,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
I don't
Jesus Christ,
understand.
my family's vacuuming now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, Brandon, you can easily mute your mic if you want. That's okay.
Yeah, but The game looks interesting to me. Besides the animations, it looks good.
Yeah, no, you can't release a video game like that. That's stupid.
Yeah,
I'm so
definitely
shocked that they're
really-
Canadian, to be honest with you. And I'm only kidding when I say that. But,
Disrespecting your nation, is that
it
Yeah,
sure
sure.
is.
Right.
America has theirs, we have ours, I guess. But no, like I don't think I feel like developers are making these stupid, and like from what I've seen, I think it was Blue, your video actually, like I said, that I saw. Yeah, their facial animations look terrible.
The interview with the
I don't know why
CEO was
they
cool.
would.
I just remember seeing that clip of that girl like running down the stairs, and she looked like she was squatting down the whole time.
Funny.
Oh my gosh.
Like I don't know. I mean, like, I just wish these companies would like polish their games up more a bit, like before
More like
they released
Uncharted
it.
4. Yeah, more like Uncharted 4 and GTA 5.
Yeah, well-
Yeah, you know what I mean? Nothing like Horizon Zero Dawn, nothing
wasn't
like
functional
that.
for 2 weeks. That game was not polished in any sense of the word. It was just a great game. And 4 was better by a mile.
Yeah, I agree.
4 was better in every single way, except from
That is
Which one? What are you talking
visuals,
about? Are you talking about
visuals,
GTA?
the world itself, and characters. They're the 3 only things that 5 did better. Everything else, and gameplay, everything else, like the actual, like,
Story.
the attention to
Story
detail was so much deeper in 4. The story, narrative,
Wait,
Are
what
you
game are
talking
you
about
guys
GTA?
talking about?
GTA 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, which one? Like the Ballad of Gay Tony and
Yeah.
The game itself.
and the biker one? Because I've only played those two. In terms of that Nico story, I don't know about that. But the Ballad of the Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned were two of my favorite stories in the Grand Theft Auto series, and I think it was a pretty good game.
Still,
still need to
4
play
was
GTA
better than
4,
5,
never played
but
it.
no, Mass Effect
Yeah.
should be polished. Should be polished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
I don't know.
I'm
I mean-
disappointed to hear that. Sucks.
Mass Effect is like, I mean, I got Mass Effect 1 and 2 on Steam.
Yeah.
I played like 2 hours of the first one. I got so bored.
No, the first one's dire. Honestly, 2 and 3 are so much.
I was so bored. You
Yeah.
have no idea.
Really, I've
Like,
heard the opposite.
oh my god. I mean, I don't know. I maybe it just was also the fact that I just came off of playing Uncharted 4 and going back to the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
from
back
so
to
long
something.
ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That could be part of it, but I just really did enjoy playing Mass Effect 1. I mean, I might go back sometime when I have time.
Yeah.
I just don't expect
Right.
myself to though. I don't know. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda is like. I mean, I did put it in my top 10 most anticipated games.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where I'm not really too sure if I like want to
Yeah, no, I'm not
get into
interested
it.
in
I
that
don't know.
at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still want to get into it and like try
Yeah,
it
yeah,
out at least
absolutely.
because it has been talked about for so long now.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
The game looks really cool, and I really am still interested.
And I feel like because it is like so story focused,
Driven. Yeah.
story driven, yeah, and it seems to have some like good gameplay, of course. It seems like it could be like up my alley.
2's the
I guess.
best overall game. 3's got a good story. The ending was not as bad as people make it out, but it was disappointing.
That's what I've heard.
So it's got a lot to live up to. It's got a lot. But the multiplayer is something I'm a bit concerned about because if they're cancelling bases, that's a sign they are so worried about it.
Yeah,
That's the
that
only
is
reason
true.
people cancel multiplayer. But I don't give a shit. Everyone's saying like, oh, they wanted it to be polished. No, they're worried.
Oh,
Because
come
if
on,
people
give me a
don't like-
break.
yeah.
No, because if people don't
Yeah.
like multiplayer bases,
Yeah, I
they
agree with-
potentially cancel pre-orders if they like love the multiplayer that much. 3 has a
Yeah.
great multiplayer, and it has a die-hard community. So Andromeda's multiplayer's got a lot to live up to, not only in terms of its quality, but to the fan base. And if it's not living up to the hype, which might be suggested by the cancelling of the bases, then that's a big factor because Mass Effect multiplayer is great.
Right.
The game comes out just this Tuesday, right? So I mean, there's not much else they can do to the multiplayer.
Yeah, it comes 21st,
Well, they
and
can-
23rd in every other country apart from.
I mean,
So
they
what would the
could,
beta
right?
event? Just like what, 1 week prior?
or maybe not even release the multiplayer.
What?
Well,
Like,
story,
you know how-
story
like,
driven,
you know how
it's got a
some-
great
No,
multiplayer.
listen. You know how some games like they release their games and then they don't have their multiplayer open until like they feel kind of ready or I think Uncharted 4.
I don't
I'm
know,
pretty
but that
sure
just makes
Uncharted
it
4
look
did
really
this.
bad. It makes it look really bad. though.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, as we've seen.
I mean, if you launch a game, you launch it with everything that you have. It's not like you need to
Yeah,
have a
well-
complete product. I feel like nowadays that's like not true at all to a lot of developers.
Yeah, everyone made that excuse that actually no, Rockstar came out themselves and said that GTA 5 the multiplayer wasn't actually playable for 2 weeks after the game came out. Apparently because they wanted everyone to experience the story. That's complete
Yeah.
crap.
Oh.
That is
You
so
mean the
it's a
complete-
lie.
Yeah, what story? What story available in GTA 5?
Well, the story was amazing.
Okay, I mean, I haven't
story was
finished
amazing.
GTA 5. I have GTA 5 on my PS3 because I got it for free by game sharing. So I
Okay.
mean, it's one of those games I feel like. I mean, is there really a big difference between the PS3 and PS4 version?
Yeah,
lot.
graphics.
Third person,
A
but
lot.
better graphics. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
quite-
I wouldn't really play the game in first person anyways.
The
though.
controls
No,
feel
never.
really different to me on the PS4, to be honest, with the DualShock.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I think I've played like a few hours in, and like honestly, the story is really not anything special. To
I
me.
really liked it. I don't know why.
Me?
I liked it.
Yeah, me too. I love the story.
The characters.
It might just be that
stories,
I just started it. I don't know.
I
But
really
like right
liked
now,
the story part of it, and I was hooked onto it pretty well.
But then again, it's the whole open world aspect of it that I just disagree with.
I know. You know, it's surprising when Jaden actually likes a story in open world.
Oh.
No, but the story was really great. I don't know
Yeah, I know.
why you
it's
guys
good.
don't like it. It was amazing.
It's good. I liked it a lot. I played it twice.
I've never
PS4.
seen anything like it.
I think I'll
Honestly,
probably
GTA
just
5 had a
get
better
back to it
story than
sometime.
Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
All right. I think you're going too far now.
Like,
Bullshit.
story's
Far
good,
Cry
but it's
3
not
had
It had a better story than Uncharted 1 and 2.
No, it
No,
didn't.
It did.
No.
No, it didn't. Okay,
You're saying
Uncharted
it had a
1?
better story than 1 and 2.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. Uncharted. Okay, Uncharted 1.
You haven't even played Uncharted 1, so I don't even know.
I've seen it. I've seen Uncharted 1. Uncharted 1 is garbage.
Dude.
Any other Uncharted game. Uncharted 2, the story for Uncharted 2 is not.
Uncharted
that
1
great.
story is
People keep
actually like
making it,
really
the
good.
best video game
No, that- it's
from
not
the
playing
Uncharted
it.
series. It's not.
Yeah, I know.
GTA 5 is way better than all Uncharted
No,
1
it's
and 2.
not.
Hang on,
Sorry.
wait,
No,
wait,
it's
wait,
not.
wait, wait, wait.
How?
Tell me why. Give me reasons why. I want to hear reasons why. I don't just want to hear it
Okay,
now.
well, I their character development. I feel like a lot
What?
of times I felt very engaged, and I felt like every time, little.
The Naughty Dog
more-
games
the more
are, like,
time-
meant for character
Justin,
development.
listen.
They're known
Listen,
for
listen,
character
listen.
development.
The
All their
more
games.
invested I got into playing GTA 5, the story here, I just started to fall in love with how smooth and natural
Yes,
the
but you
game
can't say the
came to
same
be.
for
And I
Uncharted
gotta
1
say,
because you haven't played
Uncharted
it.
2, Uncharted 2, I don't know why people keep making Uncharted 2 like their best, favorite.
We need to have a
Uncharted game out
podcast
there.
where we
It's
just
not.
do Uncharted 4 versus.
I mean, I just released my newest video like literally
Yeah, I
just
know, and
today.
I disagree with your video. I'm sorry.
Why? I mean,
But
everything I
don't
said
know.
makes sense
What
about
is so
it.
special about Uncharted
the
2?
pacing, the character.
I just told you the pay. Okay, think about this. Think about this, right? Like many people have said, maybe. Okay, just listen. Can you hear? Can you listen to me for a second, please? Okay, just listen to me for a second, okay?
Okay.
I remember like Robin had said, Uncharted. The problem with Uncharted 3 and 4, to him at least, was that Uncharted 3 and 4, jumping between locations, they use these weird transitions where it would be like, just take an example for Uncharted 3. We had that part of the, what was it called? Like, I don't even know what it's
Yemen?
called. They had to jump from France to Syria to find
You're
those
right, they
two.
just left the forest and then all of a sudden, just transition back.
Yeah, and then there was like
Okay.
Uncharted 3 had the worst transitions. It was like, okay, we need to go find Sully. He's captured on the ship. You go on the ship, have an epic set piece, and you realize he's not even
Remember
there.
back in Uncharted 2, like once you hit Nepal, then when you're going through like all these eventually through like the buildings and then you get to the tomb and then from there you get to the train. Once you go into the train carries you all the way over to the new
Yeah,
location.
No,
exactly. I mean, I think that's so cool.
Yes.
And it's
That is such.
it's the exact same with Uncharted 1.
criticism.
It's the exact. Okay,
That
look.
is Such a ridiculous criticism. I'm so sorry, but I
Uncharted
find
1
that
was
such a
really good.
stupid
Uncharted 1 was so good, and then
because Jaden,
Uncharted 2 did the exact same, but they just built upon it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They basically took what Uncharted 1 did well, and they
Right.
expanded it with a better variety of
I
locations,
do agree.
and then better character development, of course,
was
and
more-
then we saw like introduction of new characters as well.
Right,
like,
right,
I
right.
guess.
With Uncharted 2, I will agree that the train, it was a pretty cool transition, but I feel like a lot of people, because Uncharted 4 is like this adventure, this journey between Nathan Drake and whoever else.
You don't even
And I
remember
feel
that?
like
Oh,
a lot of people.
Jane didn't even
No,
play
I'm just
Uncharted 2 either?
generalizing.
Exposed?
I'm just generalizing. I feel like a lot of people give criticism to Uncharted 3 specifically and Uncharted 4 because of the
Okay, but
location.
but if you think about it,
But you
Uncharted
can't
3
have
had
this
such bad
natural
pacing.
transition. It's ridiculous.
You
This
can. Uncharted 2
repetitive
showed you that
thing
it can.
They copied from
Yeah.
Uncharted 1 and 2, and it's so ridiculous that people keep criticizing Uncharted 3
No,
and
because
Uncharted
okay,
4
no. But have you
based
heard
off
about
of
how they made the
stupid-
game? They basically wanted you to like just they thought of the set pieces first.
Build the game
Uh-huh.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
that's what I
did.
mean. That's what I mean. They for Uncharted 3, first they thought about things like the burning chateau, the sinking ship, and the and the
Okay.
plane
I'm
crash,
with-
right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then
And the way
Uncharted
they
have
connected them
the
was
level
so
where you
weird.
change them.
Okay, well, if they admitted to
Like
that,
think
then I
about
guess
think
that
about Nathan Drake getting abducted from Yemen and going to that what was it that like the
Graveyard, ship graveyard.
Yeah.
ship
that
graveyard,
was
right?
epic.
And then like from there he's like
Uh,
I forgot what his name, Ramses. Ramses was like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to torture your friend Sully for the information." And from there, chapter 12 all the way until like chapter 15, you have like 3 chapters that are just there to provide that ends up into that set
Filler.
piece.
Feel like-
That
Yeah, that was pretty cool,
stupid.
though.
And
That
you
was-
didn't even
Because
get
like
anything out
in
of
the
it,
end,
no
you get
progress
to
in the
that part
story
and
at
you
all.
realize he wasn't even there.
I know.
And then the ship
that's
sinks.
like one of my favorite parts to play in the game. Like just seeing the story wise is just meaningless.
Oh, and then he gets off the ship.
I
The
don't
ship
know.
sinks, and somehow he drifts back to
Oh my
Yemen.
gosh! Yeah.
Like, what is the coincidence of that happening?
That was ridiculous. On a
Okay,
piece
yeah,
of wood.
that is kind of very unrealistic. But so is the transition for in Uncharted 2, where they have this hot forest
What
area, and then they go
transition?
into
Which
a
one?
mountain, and then it's cold everywhere. No, that's
What do you
stupid. I
mean?
find that
How?
so dumb.
What
And,
transition?
How?
I'm glad that Naughty Dog did not take that approach of implementing that into Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4, because
Jaden, you're making no
it would have been the same repetitive thing.
What?
I like change. I like it was so Uncharted 4 was, in my opinion, one of the best, along with Uncharted 3, one of the best Uncharted games.
Oh my
And,
god. Oh
maybe
my
that's
god.
because wait, listen, maybe that's because it was a game that I've ever played, but Uncharted 3, in my opinion, was one of the best video games, especially multiplayer. Was one of the best.
Okay, no, don't include multiplayer. Don't include multiplayer for a second
Okay,
because
no,
multiplayer.
we won't. Okay. we
Oh
won't.
my
Yeah, sure.
word.
But okay,
my
Jaden, Uncharted 3 was literally the worst at pacing. I mean, I know I put it above Uncharted 1 in my list, but still.
Different locations.
Yeah,
But
freaking
I-
You were saying that you didn't like the Uncharted 2 transitions, but there were barely even any.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I don't disagree.
Yeah,
with the
because
element of
Uncharted 2
having-
didn't even have like barely had transitions because you were on the like in the journey the whole
There's
time.
only 2 transitions I know in the full game.
That the one from Borneo to Nepal.
Borneo to Nepal, and when you're in that what's it called, the museum to Borneo. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But, like,
everything else from there is like one straight
From the
go.
get-go,
to
yeah,
me,
exactly.
like, I don't disagree with that.
No time
though.
lapse,
I don't
yeah.
disagree with having an adventure between a character and other characters and having them go from one location to another to the next. Because that's what an adventure is. Realistically, that's what it is. If I want to get to Yemen, how am I supposed to get there? Through a boat? Like, no, I'd
Yeah,
rather
but
take a
the
plane.
thing
You know what I
was,
mean? Like,
Jaden,
and
when
they
they
showed
started-
that in Uncharted 3 a lot. And Uncharted 4, they had less of that just because it was mainly in that Madagascar area. So they did fix upon their mistakes, but I feel like a lot of people
I mean, not
criticized
by much,
Uncharted 3
really.
based off
Not
of that,
really.
and I think it was a
It was
stupid
pretty much the
criticism.
same as Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
No, it
First
wasn't.
first
No,
5
sure
yes it was.
wasn't.
Listen.
Yes, it was.
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
yeah,
First
I'm
5 chapters was the introduction. We had the Nathan Drake, young Nathan introduction. Chapter 2 was the prison, of course, the flashback. Chapter 3 was just a whatever chapter because you were just exploring the ocean.
Yeah.
Chapter 4, you're just exploring your own house. Chapter 5 was the
Another
the thing that
flashback.
didn't even happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Sam's
flashbacks.
made up
Stop
bullshit
running
that didn't even
these
happen.
That,
And then
yeah,
starting
that
from
annoyed
chapter
me.
6, think about this. Starting from chapter 6, Uncharted 4 does the exact same thing as Uncharted 3 because chapter 6 and 7, every 2 chapters you went to a new place. Chapter 6 and 7 you're in Italy, right? It was in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Italy
Wait, what?
for
Yeah.
the finding the what's it called?
The
I don't even
auction
know what it's
house.
Yeah, the auction house, and
Auction
you're
house,
finding
yeah.
that
Oh, we found the.
I forgot what it's called. The cross, yeah. And then chapter 8 and 9, you're in Scotland.
Teleport to Scotland.
10,
Gotta
it
love
was
Scotland.
10 and 11. 10 and 11, you're in Madagascar.
Which,
And then
the
just
rest of
like
the game
just
carried
just
out
like
that.
Uncharted 3, and then starting from chapter 12, that's where like it actually starts.
But to me, like, I don't disagree with that kind of, those kind of transitions, because that's what an adventure is. Like, it's kind of unrealistic to have these like smooth, natural transitions like Uncharted 2 had, because it's so
Yeah, but-
unrealistic. Like, I'm not thinking
No. In a way, I think
to the next
if you see
so
the
naturally.
transition, it's more realistic. If you see the transition, it's more realistic because you feel like you are seeing it from the same viewpoint as the person who is going on that said journey. If you have the
Right.
transition in there, it doesn't feel realistic because it's like, oh, just cut it out completely. You're not with them the whole way, and that's
So
what
then
carries
what-
that immersion.
We
with
would
you
not
throughout
have
the game.
Uncharted 3 or Uncharted 4 then. Like that.
I mean, they
those
could have
two
connected
games
it a
would
bit
not
better.
Exist. Like that's when an event. A lot of event. That's why
Yeah,
hope
because
Naughty
it took
Dog
such
does
a
not
different approach.
I hope that Naughty Dog does not pursue like more specifically with how the Uncharted series did it.
It's kind of like Last of Us, you know, because Last of Us, you're like on the whole journey by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what the game was. It was a journey getting. It was such a simplistic game. You realize that, right? The Last of Us was
I mean, yeah,
had
I
a
guess,
simplistic
kind of.
story.
Well,
it was from
like
getting one end of the soccer field. To
well,
the
that's
next,
what
literally,
they've
with
kind
a
of
few
said all
objectives in the
along.
middle.
I remember what Neil Druckmann said. He said
Yeah.
they instead of building like really complex stories, it's more of simple stories with complex character development.
characters.
Exactly. I just want to say something here. That Uncharted, right? The thing is, Uncharted 1. If I'm just going to go over the Uncharted games. Uncharted 1, okay. Gameplay, irrelevance. Gameplay was the worst in the series by far. I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it lacked,
agree.
you know, it lacked variety.
Jaden, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Right? I
Just
agree.
let Blue talk.
That's the one thing you didn't play. You watched the cutscenes. How can you agree
Okay,
with
no,
that,
listen.
Jaden?
I have the game. I have the remastered version. I just haven't had time to play it.
Play them.
I just
Wait,
want to
then
say,
what are you
right,
doing?
that game stood out because the
Yo, guys,
characters
Jaden
the
called himself
characters were
Uncharted
great.
fan.
It was a
They're
great
gonna make an
introduction
Uncharted
to
movie.
Elena, Drake, Sully, the
The
relationship.
atmosphere was great. The atmosphere was great.
The
for that
atmosphere
game
was
as well,
great.
and the setting.
The story of El Dorado was
Yeah.
enticing. The villains were well
Right.
done. Roman and Navarro. Navarro still, to me, is the best assistant character, main villain.
Really?
Lazarevic is still
Okay.
probably the best villain. But the thing is, Uncharted 1, gameplay, no. Story, characters, atmosphere, islands,
No.
just the one big journey, the simplistic plot, great. That's what made that game great.
I think Uncharted
2, as
1
much
has
as
actually one of the best stories.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Completely agree. Uncharted 2,
'Cause-
as much as I hate saying it, because I enjoyed 4 more, Uncharted 2 is objectively the best in the series for the reason of the simplistic journey. You at the start, in the first, I'm going to say 5 or 6 chapters, you have flashbacks with Flynn to get context between the relationship and the history between Chloe, Flynn, and Drake. Obviously, it starts off with the half of a set piece with the hanging train to get the player enticed from the get-go. That's why that was in there. And then from, as you said, I think it was Borneo up until, where was it, Tibet? And then from there onwards, they're the only 2 transitions. They never, ever felt out of place. The thing is, what was problem with 3 is that, as Justin stated, the game was built around set pieces. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing because the set pieces were phenomenally well done, but the pacing was hindered because of them. And that's what the big problem with 3 was. The pacing was not nearly as good as 2 was because of the constant interruptions,
definitely.
the constant just out of place transitions. If it would have been better transitions, then 3 might have been a better game. But there was half the team working on that, which I think is part of the reason. And then The Last of Us came out, which was an undoubted masterpiece. 4 nailed, I think, more than anything in the series was sense of atmosphere between characters. I think conversation, there was a heavy, influence from The Last of Us in the way that narrative actually meant something. Like, we have all the witty banter from the first 3 games. That was amazing. Traditional Indiana Jones style Uncharted.
Yeah.
4 took a bit more of a heavy approach, which gave the game narrative emphasis and narrative power from The Last of Us in the conversations between Drake and Elena, obviously the ends and what happened there. But 4 is objectively the best in terms of gameplay, then 2, then 3, then 1. 3's game gunplay is not nearly as good as 2. It's not nearly as fluid. The climbing controls have always been bad in the first 3 games, I think, always been clunky, but 2 stands out as the best game because it's got the objectively least flaws and gets objectively the most right. Nothing in 2 feels like, oh, that shouldn't be in there, I should take that out. In Uncharted 3, you could take Syria out because Syria is the worst chapter in that entire series. Shit is won by a mile.
It was so boring.
In Uncharted
It was so
4, you
boring.
could take
And it dragged on way
Scotland
too
out.
much.
You could take Scotland out, and you could take a few. You could take a few of the shooting galleries out of Madagascar. I think that would have helped the pacing a bit.
Yeah,
because
I
there
think so
was
too.
Far too many getting
First
to, like,
chapter
a
of
checkpoint.
Madagascar where you're exploring, it just goes on a bit too
I
much.
didn't mind
Exactly,
Scotland,
it does. It goes on a bit too much. But
Yeah, I know. I
objectively-
thought Scotland was okay, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
I
just
like
think
that
the
better,
first chapter of
so-
Madagascar.
Objectively,
But it was
2, just
boring.
overall from what it does and from what it gets wrong, which is to say barely anything, is the best in the series for the reasons I've just said.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Once again, I just think Uncharted 2, perfect pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If anything, the only problem is that the monastery part drags on slightly too
Yeah,
long.
that's the only thing.
that's the only
Uncharted
thing.
2 I could point out and say, okay, that was a little bit long, but that is a tiny flaw given how good the rest of the game is. And
Yeah.
again, villains, I think, Harry and Lazarevich are the best combination because Marlowe and Talbot were woeful at best.
Oh my God, they
simply
were
for the
terrible.
fact that they were uninteresting. Some reason Marlowe was
Yeah,
a
they
fucking
were.
mystic Meg when it came to Syria.
Mate, Helen
Somehow
Mirren,
she could
Helen
read the
Mirren.
future with cards. I don't know
Oh
why.
my
Never
gosh.
explained. Talbot goes off.
Oh
missing.
yeah, the cards.
Talbot
Nadine's
disappears
pretty
at
cool.
certain times for no reason, never explained, and then turns up later. As Justin said, Drake ironically floats up on the beach exactly in the same hotel as Elena. Hint, hint, wonder why that was there, built around the boat set piece. But Uncharted 2 is just objectively the best game, and in Uncharted 4, Nadine could be took out. I think you could just put anyone in Nadine's place.
No,
Wouldn't have
no.
made a difference. No, because wait, because the reasons of Nadine says the purpose.
Feminism.
I'm not going to get into feminism. Nadine
okay.
says the purpose of it giving an army to Rafe. We understand Rafe is rich. We don't need context of why he's got an army. She needs money. He's got money. Allah, they combine. We don't need anything
Right.
more than that. It's just she says the purpose of giving him an army. That's it. She does not need to be contextualized. You could put any generic bad guy in there, wouldn't have made a difference. She doesn't add anything to the narrative at all, and she doesn't take away anything from the game, but she doesn't add anything. Whereas Harry
That's the
Taylor
thing,
is
yeah.
so
Yeah.
good of a villain in Uncharted
Yeah, I
2,
agree.
and Lazarevich had such a presence every time he was in the room.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Zarovich
I
was
agree.
awesome.
They
Yeah,
need
really
a
was.
more menacing. They need a more menacing character or villain.
Like
rather.
who?
Yeah, I
Lazarevich
think
wasn't
so,
menacing
like,
enough.
I like
This-
Rafe, to be honest with you, on Uncharted 4. I thought he was
I mean, I think the thing about Rafe that was really
I can't
cool.
stand
Yeah,
Rafe.
Nadine was the
That was
problem.
ridiculous. Rafe was
The thing-
Rafe, but you're obsessed over
no,
Nadine.
no, no. What I
No,
thought-
no, no. Listen.
what was
The
so
thing about
stupid,
Rafe that
though-
was really cool is that he was like different from all these other villains because the other villains were like
the Drakes. Yeah.
they. I don't know. The other villains were
Yeah.
like you saw Lazarevich with his madness,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rafe
And
to
then,
me
like-
felt like what Drake would have become had he just become a dick while he was treasure hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most grounded, isn't he? It's the most realistic. Whereas Lazarevich is kind of this overpowered, like.
Yeah, exactly.
It was way more personal too. Like he knew him since he was in prison back in the day.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's true.
And it just was like another like thief like that was close to him and that he could have been like if he wasn't like as they said a dick and yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think the only reason I think Lazarevich is a better villain than Rafe is because he's more of a quote unquote stereotype villain. You know, he's kind of like that overbearing. Every time he's in the room, it's like, oh shit. Rafe
Yeah.
is kind of like just one of your
That's
mates who's a
true.
dickhead. But he's amazing.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
exactly.
I love Rafe. I love how well written he is as a character. He does have presence, but not the same way Lazarevich does. It's in a different way. I love the personal history between him and the Drakes. I think that's what made his character stand out as one of the best in Uncharted 4. Lazarevich is just a better villain. Like, Rafe could have been a hero who was a dick. Like, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have made a difference. He could have been another Harry Flynn.
I feel like the one flaw, however, the one flaw that I had with Uncharted 4 was the fact that none of the main characters or antagonists died. I mean, protagonists, right?
Well, I mean, you couldn't
I
really
like-
kill off. I think it would have been stupid.
No,
I mean, okay, listen.
They
At
should've-
first,
they should have had Sam die at the end. That would have.
I mean, I think that could have. I think that could have been possible too. I think that could have
could've.
been possible too
And
because
Arnie
from the get-go
Meyer,
they made
this
it
is a
sound like it
direct
was
attack
like
to
gonna
Ernie
be.
Meyer. He is a terrible person for advertising the beginning
It's
of
not just
Uncharted 4. He
him.
said there's this
I used to
emotional,
comment.
this amazing
is.
emotional. First
No, okay, listen.
No,
When he
it
said that,
wasn't, because we
when he
all
said,
know that Sam wasn't gonna die. Like, and he ended up not dying. And
No, Jaden, take into context someone who hasn't watched. No, wait, take into context of someone who hasn't seen any of the trailers.
Yeah, that's true. But like, who doesn't nowadays? Like,
A lot of people.
It's
Well, a lot of
He
people.
does not watch trailers because he doesn't want
Well,
any.
but he's literally the second person. Sorry, that I.
no, but I know a lot of. I saw a lot of people that like did like let's plays of the game. None of them really watched any of the trailers. So when they saw,
I wouldn't have. None of
yeah,
them
no,
would have.
I remember when they saw Sam die, they're like, oh shit, he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
well, like,
for those type of people, I mean, for us, we're like hardcore Uncharted fans. We would watch anything that comes out relating to
yeah,
the game.
exactly. That's what
But-
I did. Which
Yeah, I
is,
don't
but
know.
Naughty Dog screwed themselves over, in my opinion, for not having a character death.
I mean, okay, but
don't need one, but I mean-
advertised
No, I
the
felt
game
like
to
it
be
would've-
like this game where it had like all kinds of consequences
Jaden hasn't
and
won.
how this was
Yeah,
the
it
final
was-
game, and you know, basically going back into the treasure hunting game would have consequences on
Right.
his personal
Yeah.
life. But you have to remember,
Yeah.
you have to remember.
Oh, I'm
You have to
so
remember-
hurt.
listen.
Nathan, I'm so hurt that you didn't tell me, and then she ended up forgiving him. Like, no.
Okay, but you have to
no,
understand.
no.
You have to understand
Alright,
that
so
with
the story
characters like
line.
I knew from the very beginning Nathan Drake wasn't gonna die. There was no way,
Yeah,
no way.
okay.
Sully, I knew they weren't gonna kill him because that would be absolutely ridiculous if they already
Yeah.
faked out his death in the first game or in
Right,
the
and
third
then
game.
kill him finally off.
Kill him off
Yeah.
for real in the fourth game. That
So
would be stupid.
Sam had that one chance of dying.
Elena,
No, but that's the thing,
Elena
it
had the
would've
best
been- I
chance.
think you can
Elena
look
and
at it
Sam
in two
had the
ways.
best chances of dying. But
You're
like,
not looking at it in two ways, in a way that not killing someone can be a cop-out and killing someone can be a cop-out. I think
That's true.
it's the choice of who you decide to kill off. If you had decided to kill off Drake, there would have been so many pissed off people. If you would have killed off Sully, bearing in mind he's barely in the game,
Sam would have been the perfect one to kill off in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Sam's only been introduced in this game, so it wouldn't have
Right.
had the emotional effect over the player. That's
you
why
know what? I
it's-
thought I
there was-
actually discussed
would've
this
made
with one of my
sense,
friends
though.
though.
But,
I-
yeah.
I discussed this with one of my friends, and we were thinking like, when Nathan finds out about the lie that Sam told, we thought that he actually kind of like forgave him too easily.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were thinking like,
Yeah.
if instead of like actually not forgiving him that easily, but then finding out that he's there at the end with the treasure against Rafe, and then instead of like, Rafe tries to kill Nathan, right, and then like Sam could have potentially saved
saved.
saved Nathan. I mean, and
Like,
then like
sacrifice himself.
yeah, sacrifice himself. We were thinking like that could have been like a lot more emotional, and then
Yeah.
from there he could have really been like, okay, I just lost my brother here after just getting him back. This is really the end. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. That would have.
I mean, that's what I thought. I thought that would be cool, too.
Better. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. it
and
would've-
also he's the only one that
story.
actually wants to go back into treasure hunting, so that would be like not lure anymore.
Or they could have had Nathan like one of his legs like have been not even broken.
No, no.
That's a stupid way to do it. That's stupid.
No.
Like, oh,
No.
can't climb anymore.
Exactly.
That's- nah.
Sam's the reason Nate got back into treasure hunting. What you've got to understand is Nate isn't there because he has that sly little okay, I do want to be here, but not really. He could be fine with not being there. Sam
Yeah.
drags him
Yeah.
in back into the treasure hunting life. Nate's just if you imagine Sam as like that excited kid who's taking his mum to Toys R Us to get him a new toy, but she doesn't want to be there. He really does. That's kind of like with Nate
Yeah.
and Sam in the way that Sam's like, oh come on Nathan, we got a treasure to find. Drake's just like, eh. And it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
and what you said about Elena,
true.
like forgiving Drake too easily, I think what you're going to understand is they've been married a number of years at this point. I
Yeah.
don't think she wants to easily throw him away like that, considering
Yeah.
like like the relationship between them in the previous games and in this
Yeah.
game. I don't think she
They've
wants to
been
give him
through
up
so
that
much
easily
together, so-
over the
Right.
fact that he's lied about going out and treasure hunting, and that's where the realization kicks in. And what gave this game such a sense of emphasis in the conversations was in the Pirates of the Round Table section when you see the look on Elena's face
Right.
when she sees Drake describing the history of the
Like how these guys
how this
did it.
all happened. He puts it all
All in
together.
one time,
She's
yeah.
looking at him and looking at his face, and she's realizing, wow, this is amazing. I can see why he loves it. And she never complains from then on. She never
Yeah.
complains from that point.
Yeah.
Because she
That's true.
understands this is Drake's passion.
Which is why I love Naughty Dog so much. At the same
Oh my
time,
god.
No, we don't
though.
found
I can't wait for the Last of Us Part 2.
No, we don't
Yeah.
found
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
mean,
be-
all right, guys. I think we're like
We are.
dragging on a bit too much. I don't even
Yeah.
remember how we got to this
Mass
topic.
Effect.
Because we're talking about Mass Effect and
Yeah.
Andromeda.
It's past.
No, it started with Mass
It's
Effect,
past your
and then
time,
went to
Justin.
GTA.
But yeah, I think I think we're like almost at an hour and a half now. So I think we're
Yeah.
It's crazy.
yeah.
So yeah, that's basically all the 5 topics that we want to talk to you about today. I
course.
don't think we'll be doing a podcast next week, because from what I'm
Yeah.
aware of, quite a few of us will be busy next week. So yeah, basically we'll let everybody know when the next podcast will be. But yeah, once again, just leave down all your comments and thoughts down below
mean,
in the
And
comment
suggestions.
section.
Right. Yeah.
Any
exactly.
suggestions for future
Jane was on it
podcasts?
and we'll all feel better.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah, once
Before
again,
you guys go, sorry,
Okay.
before you guys go, we have Gaming at its Core, of course, on SoundCloud. If you're interested in watching it
Oh, yeah.
or listening it there, it'll be in the description below for all of us, I hope. And
Yeah, right.
of course, comment your opinions down below. Tell us what topics you'd like to see us discuss next, of course. That'd be interesting. And yeah, so, yeah.
Also, let us know about the topics of this video. What's your favorite Uncharted? What's your favorite GTA? Are you hyped for the games that are coming out in 2017? And yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm going to bed. I've just ashamed myself.
all right.
Drunk, pal. You're drunk.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, yeah, it's been great. See you guys in the next episode.
Love you.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. fun to get the opportunity to expose Jane for the fact that I haven't played Uncharted 1. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and how what's called Justin got exposed by Robin.
Oh, that was a
Oh,
good
God.
burn. That was a
Oh,
good burn. I'm sorry.
Alright, okay. Alright, so we hope you enjoyed the second episode of Gaming at its Core. And for now, we hope you enjoyed. Once again, check out the SoundCloud link if you'd like to listen to it on the go or something like that. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on Gaming at its Core.
Ooh, yay, bye.
But
Au revoir.